smallest fish in the world. Bring him in. Yeah, go on. Go on, lad. Oh, jeez. There we go. Cool. That's a nice fish, huh? Well, they have moved the ticket letterbox finally to the right hand side, so you can literally put your ticket in it without getting out of the motor. Right, well, back on the bank, you join me on a club lake. I'm on a different venue to the last one, but it is another club water on the same ticket. And I've come up to do a few hours float fishing again. This time I'm hopefully going to go for the Roach. This lake's got quite a nice head of roach in it. Gets fished heavily by carp anglers. Myself and Hugh have done quite a bit on here carping in the past, done a couple of the verses on here. It's a lovely little fishery, to be fair. Weather today is looking really overcast. There's a bit of sun, but there's some real dark cloud over there. So I have got the brolly, but I've just set up the pitch just on the end of this island here, and there's not too many guys on here today, so there's quite a bit of space. But my plan is just to fish mag and wag up in the water like I did in the last video, and hopefully we'll have a few fish. So my aim is to catch a nice roach. I'd love to fish over £2. I've not caught roach over £2. That is my goal, and for quite a few winters I've been trying and never done it. So anyway, I'm going to start putting a bit of bait in, get that float out there, and let's see if we can get a few bites. Come here for roach, got a rudd. I've had a rudd and a little skimmer bream now. I've also got smashed up by a carp. So my first cast, I fired in about 4 or 5 pouches of maggots, and the first cast, the rod started absolutely ripping off. It was literally taking line off the drag, and I ended up hooking a carp, which obviously wasn't my intended species at the time. Well, I've dropped oh, hello. I've dropped a bit of pellet down the edge, and there's a fish on it by the looks of it down there. Oh yeah, there's definitely a fish on that. He's got his tail in the air waving. Don't know if you can see that. There's a carp down on that. I've literally put some pellet down in the edge down there. He's literally just got his tail in the air waving. I've put a little bit under the tree to my left as well. So I've literally just put some 4mm bug underneath that tree, like that. I had another bite on the float then, because I'm not paying any attention. Oh, there we go. Got the smallest fish in the world. Tiny little roach. Oh, off he goes. Another skimmer. Yeah, can I swing him in? Yeah, go on. Go on, lad. Little skimmers. Literally the same size as the first one I caught. Just a little skimmer. Good fun though. Whoosh. Only thing with them, it's covered in slime. I've probably got a towel, to be honest, but I've not actually got it out my back. But tactics wise, I'll show you quickly. So at the moment I'm using my 13-foot tension specimen Drenham 07. I've got £6 main line, but I've got a £3 hook length at the moment, and I'm just using the 2.5 gram loaded wag 3 float stops. I've got 2 closest to the rig, because when you're casting, that's what it pulls against, so you need 2 there to hold it firm so it doesn't move. And I've got 1 above it, obviously that's just going to be holding the float essentially. And then I've got a short hook length, a couple of maggots on a £3 rig. I think that's a size 18 red hook to match the maggots. I'm just fishing it sort of about 18 inches depth and just straight in front of me. And the idea is that's obviously just going to flutter down really softly like that. And the idea is I'm just sort of peppering it with a few maggots, letting it often, and the fish hopefully will be up in the water, looking around, picking those maggots off. Oh, there we go. Well, here you go, you can fly out of the water, that one. Little roach. Little roach. Yeah, little roach. God, he's very pale. Every time I go and put the rod in the back rest, I bloody miss it, don't I? Oh, that's a better fish. Another skimmer. He's skimming back. Yeah, he's a bit bigger than that one. See if I can lift him out. Ooh. Yeah, it's a bit bigger. Tiny little bit bigger. Oh, jeez. There you go. Nice. DNA krill meal, DNA mini cray mix, which are like 2mm, 2.5mm pellets, and then some of the SLK liquid food. Very simple, very fishy, very attractive. In here, I've also got some 8mm boilie, which I'm going to trickle in. Now, for doing this sort of stuff, I'd always recommend using a round bucket or container. And the reason for that is the bait can't get caught into the corners. So when you're mixing it up, you can get to all the bait and mix it all through. So what I've done there is I've literally just put in some of that liquid, which hopefully, like that, will cause it to bind together. I've not used any water at all. And it's made a real nice carpy mix. Right then, so I've put in a little bit of ground bait, which I would have probably shown you, and I've put a couple of handfuls of little 8mm boilies and some pellet in, and straight in front of me where I was spraying it with maggots is now absolutely fizzing up like a beaut. So I've decided I'm going to fish on the lift method. It's probably going to be bream, potentially the old carp. So I've just put a straight waggler on there, not loaded, just an unloaded wag, replaced the other one, and I've just flicked out and checked the depth with your plummet. I'm sure you've all seen a plummet, but basically it's just like a little triangular shaped weight with a little piece of cork on the bottom. It's got a loop on the top, and you basically put your hook through the loop on the top, nick it into the little piece of cork on the bottom, which protects your hook, and then when you cast it out, that is a lot heavier than what your float will handle, so it will pull the float under, and it then allows you to just set the depth of the float perfect, so you know it's touching the bottom. Now my float is laying just flat, which means this is just a bit deeper than what the depth will be out there, so it means I will be laying out on the bottom slightly with the float. All I want is basically that either to slide away or shoot up into the air. There's a fish here taking stuff off the top. Yeah, it's a slab. Nice bending a rod though. That's a lovely little bite. The float just twitched slightly. And bang. Happy days. Here's a nice slab. Oh, how big is he? Oh, he's quite a good size, huh? Oh, I can't grab him. Oh, perfect, just on the outside. Oh, nailed him well. It's probably £4, isn't he? Something like that, maybe. £3–4. Anyway, I snip him back. Oh, once again, absolutely plastered. Definitely need to get a towel. And the thing with this is I'm not trying to catch loads and loads of fish. It is just pleasure fishing. And don't get me wrong, I could sit here, fish as effective as possible and catch as many as possible. But part of me just wants to kind of have a relaxed few hours. Oh, I love the lift method. It just pops up, bang, into a fish. Such a wicked way of catching fish. Oh, this has got a bit more beans in it. What have we got? Skimmer. Oh, I thought it was going to be something a bit different then. Oh, cool. Mr. Skimmer. Oh, nice shot on my hand, on my arm. Nicely hooked, just nicked. Right, here we go then. Another fish, little skimmer. As soon as you've got the net, you can go back in the net. Awesome. Oh, jeez. There we go. That's probably another skimmer. Here it is. Happy days. Another one. Oh, another little skimmer. I feel like he's nailed that. Yeah, he has. That's weird. So obviously he took it better on the shorter rig. Open your mouth. Only a little one. Oh. Right, so I've had to put all the kit underneath the brolly as it started raining quite a bit, and I've actually packed all the stuff away float wise, fishing for the silvers and the bream and that. I had quite a few in the end, got a few on camera, but to be honest, because of the weather, it's so humid, there are so many carp on the surface, I've decided to switch tactics and have a bit of fun and try and get a few of them. Now I've currently got them absolutely mullering floaters off the top out there, and what I've done is I've got my other net set up, which is a little bit bigger, so it's easily going to handle a fish up to sort of £20 or so, and then I've got my tench specimen tench rod, which is a float rod, but I've just set it up with a floater set up. So what I've done is I've put a little 5 gram, I'll show you, I've put a little 5 gram controller on there. Hang on a minute, it's what an absolute mess. This is nothing like normal videos, I swear. Doing everything on GoPro is so raw. Anyway, I've got a little 5 gram controller, and I've got a float stop on one end, 2 float stops on the other end, and then I've got it straight through to a size 10 barbel hook, which I've mounted a hookable floater on, and that is literally what I'm going to use. Nice and simple, £6 line, so hopefully they won't be able to see it very well. And I'm going to make my first cast, so I'm going to keep this rolling. I'll put you onto the chest mount. Oh, nice groin shot. Right, I'll put you onto the chest mount, and we will see. Let's just see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks banging. Right, this is going to be interesting. Right. I need to get the casting right, because I'm not used to casting such a long rod for this type of setup. They're absolutely hoovering it. Not sure the presentation's going to be like with this. Right, that's on there. Let's see what happens. Could have been a better cast, that. Yeah, first time. Absolutely smashed it. I don't going to be able to do a lot with this in the old tench rod. That's a wicked bite though. Right, while I'm playing it, although it's not, it doesn't look very good, the trick to floater fishing is keeping the bait going in. Yeah, they're still having it big time. Okay, cool. Well, this is very leisurely, playing a fish on a chair. I've got this drag set so loose, but it's not taking any line because this rod's absorbing so much of the fight. Because it's such a soft rod. Look at that. It's amazing actually. I think sometimes you can put more pressure on with a soft rod than you can with a heavier test curve rod. I don't know how big this fish is, but at the moment it feels quite big. Oh, look at that test curve. Happy days. This is the only problem. It's going to take me quite a while, I think, to land these. Guy's got a right face on him. Oh, he's coming again. Oh, he's in. Just. He's probably £12, I would have thought. Ain't bad on a float rod. It's only got one eye, but we're sticking back quick. Off he goes. Boom. Literally as I was standing up. probably soaking. A few more mixers out there. I mean, these fish are more than happy being up on the top, but you want to keep them competing and looking, because then when I've sorted this fish out and put it back, they're almost going to be ready to catch. Fish number 2, little common, like 4 or 5 pound maybe, but half the size of the last one pretty much. There he goes. Oh. Jeez, I'm not even looking. So yeah, basically when you use a proper mixer, they absolutely nail it, like they should. Like that is literally just bolted with that, which is the whole point of these bolt controllers, that they're meant to almost hook themselves. But if they don't take it confidently, because they think it's another freebie essentially, they just don't hook themselves the same. Whereas that fish is, oh, this fish is going. Well, this looks like a reasonable fish. But it is so much fun playing them on this gear. 6 pound main line, a 10-inch specimen float rod. Like, look at that curve. Oh, that's a nice fish, huh? Oh, yeah, yeah. That's a cracking solid fish, that. That's a easy. Oh. 13, 14 maybe even 15 pound. Wicked fish. There he is. Oh, that was a quick bite. He basically dropped that on his nose. It is nice getting them close in like that, almost stalking. I used to call it heron stalking, when you drop a bait on their head like that, because it's basically like how a heron would drop on its prey. seems there's a lot of fish getting caught. Those guys are fishing on the bottom, just over boiling. They're getting a lot of bites. And I think the fish are generally just really active. Just a bit of all-round general fishing. We had a few roach, a few rudd, a couple of bream, some skimmers, and then some carp. Oh, I don't know, 9–10 pound maybe. It's a good thick fish. Anyway, we'll let him go. Thank you. Come they go. There we go. Happy days. I had an absolute wicked session. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Very raw GoPro content, but everything's on the barrow. I need to get back now before the gate decides to shut on me. So that's all the kit over there packed up. Let's grab that and get on the road. So I hope you liked the session. If you have, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Check out the social media shown on screen now. Follow us on that. And until next time, get out on the bank, enjoy your fishing and be lucky. See you in the next video.